Seven Sisters Nature Reserve, which is part of the South Downs National Park. That seems a bit of a touristy trap. I was talking to a volunteer just who was telling me there's lots of things being filmed here, like Harry Potter and a few other things that I can't remember because I'm just not into films at all, so they didn't kind of register with me as to what they were. But and the guy did say there'll be you get lots of tourists down here as well. And I'm gonna head off quickly and get done what I want to get done before it gets too busy. As you can see, there's a large group of kids behind me approaching, so yeah, I'm just gonna disappear and go and have a mooch. Yeah, all of the tourists seem to be being taken up the hill here by their guides, so I'm assuming there's a really good view up there, but I'm more interested in what's around the river rather than where certain films were filmed, because I couldn't give a toss about films, to be honest. I'm gonna slow down. In the distance I can see my worst nightmare, a sea of people in high vis. It's not good, really. Apparently he who calls himself king was down here yesterday opening the coastal path. So yeah, it was expected to be busy, wasn't it, I guess. If I'd known, I probably would have avoided it, to be honest. But I'm here now, I'm gonna have a mooch. So I've just been listening to this teacher telling these children to look out over here because there are some sea otters on the bank. They're cormorants. Funny. Well, as beautiful as it is, I'm in between two stretches of water. There's hardly any birds. I can hear some skylark in the distance. There's a few swans, a few gulls. I saw a couple of ducks. But that is about it. Quite disappointing, really, for such a vast landscape. So I'm going to head back. It's actually warmer than I expected, and I haven't brought any water out from Madge. Not that she'll need it, she never usually does anyway, but all the same, best to be safe. And to be honest, there's a beach about half a mile that way, which everyone seems to be heading towards. I think that's where some film or other was filmed, which is why they're all headed there. And that's exactly the reason why I'm heading in the opposite direction, because that's not where I want to be. Yeah, I've only been here now about maybe half an hour, and I've already been mithered by someone from Texas, someone from Oman, and someone who I didn't get where they were from. Just mithering when I just want to be out in nature doing my thing, away from people. So yeah, so I'm heading back. Just arrived in Eastbourne. Come off the main road and down these steps. Should have started filming before I got here actually, but I didn't realise how lovely it was going to be. Just look at this. Weather's gorgeous too. It's about 14-15 degrees today. Feels hotter. Come on, you. Rather an odd little garden. All these grasses, I've just googled it actually. It's Mexican feather grass. Lots of them. Never seen that before. It's unusually pretty, I think. Really loving the pier. I don't know the history of the place, what it dates back to, but I would imagine it's pre-Victorian. I think this is Edwardian. The buildings are certainly not Victorian anyway. Look at the architecture, really old. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say it's Georgian, but I don't know, I'm not a history buff. It's beautiful anyway. Here we go. Yeah, answers my question. So yeah, Georgian. Pier history, 1865. The original structure was opened in 1870. So that must mean it's been modified since. Good morning. So as you can tell from the woolly hat, it's absolutely freezing this morning. There was no cloud cover at all last night. So I got a good view of the stars. I'm currently in Hastings along the coast road from I left Eastbourne yesterday afternoon and I'm heading to Dungeness where there's an RSPB reserve I'm going to check out. As you can see, the sun's coming up. It is forecast to be a lovely day today, so it's going to be a scorcher later on. I'm not on my own, as you can see, but I parked in a different lay-by. these guys last night had fires going and tables and chairs out and stuff. Oh, Chetty's warbler, did you hear that? Which is not a good thing. Now, I personally don't mind it myself. I think we all should be able to live as free as we like, but a lot of people don't like it, and that's why a lot of park-ups are stopped. So, you know, it just spoils it for everyone, I think. Like I say, I don't care. I wish we people wouldn't stick their nose in and spoil it for people, but they do. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna cross over the road and have a look over that little hill, because over that little hill is the sea. So we're gonna go and have a look at that. Come. Quite nice, actually. Quick stop off en route at over there is Campervan and Rye Harbour. It's a huge beach. But yeah, only stopped to stretch our legs, have a nosy. I'm gonna carry on into Dungeness. So I'm at Dungeness RSPB Reserve. You can hear Chetty's warbler already. I've been trying to get a photograph of a Chetty's for so long now. I'm gonna try again today. Let's see how it goes. Sadly, that's all the footage I managed to get from Dungeness, as dogs aren't allowed on the reserve, so I couldn't stay long enough. So I carried on to Folkestone. This is last night's park up. I'm in Folkestone. It's a bit chilly this morning, but you can see the sun is coming up. It's a little bit misty, but it should warm up. So here's where I'm parked at the minute. I've just moved here from just up the road because there's parking restrictions here. It says on the posts all the way along, no motor caravans from 6 PM to 7 AM. So I stayed here till 6 last night and then moved up the road, and it is free here as well, so it's not cost me anything, so that is a bonus. Yeah, so I'm gonna just take Madam for a walk. We'll have a mooch around. I did have a quick look yesterday. In fact, last night I went out, had a beer in the pub down the road, had a bit of a sing on the worst karaoke I've ever been to. Yeah, but yeah, unusually up here, where is it? Up here there was a light flashing last night. I wonder whether it's some kind of signal lighthouse kind of thing, because we are on the seafront. Well, I don't know. I should Google it and find out, really. So I'm just off out for a mooch. I'm actually going to a pub for a little drink and a sing on the karaoke. But have a look up here. What do you think's going on here? Some kind of signal. It's like Morse code or something. I wonder if there's somebody trapped up in the attic. Somebody's locked up in the attic and they want rescuing. Oh. Who knows? But yeah, so we're on the Leas. It's called the Leas, Leas, and this is like an upper part just down here. There are steps that lead right down onto the lower Leas nature park or something it's called, which I've not been down to. I'm going to go down to that one today and have a quick look before we move on. Catch up with you later. So as we walk along the path from the van, imagine going this way, there's several pathways leading down onto the lower Leas. Which is down there, so yeah, I might regret it when I've got to come back up, but I'm gonna head down there today. The Metropole steps. Come. So the steps drop down onto the lower Leas Coastal Park. There's a height barrier and it's pay and display. Looks nice though. And from here you can walk down the ramp onto the beach, which looks beautiful, but it looks like it might be a bit difficult to walk on. So I'm going to take the coastal path. Thank you for watching. Join me next week when I visit Ramsgate and Margate in the last video of this trip along the south coast.